So my name is Punya Mall. I'm the lead product manager, and hello and welcome to the Content Manager Teams event webinar. We will be talking about the latest updates 24.3. This is an innovation release between all the quarterly releases. The .1, .2, .3 releases are innovation releases, and the .4 release is a long-term support releases. So basically translates to the type of features that's released within the innovation releases. It also translates to the support lifecycle that varies or that is different for the innovation release and the long-term support release. So 24.3 innovation release, we have few features. We have more of parity and lots of defect fixes. So from a modernization bucket, modernization pillar, we have included few items in the web client, few items on the zero footprint, and we have new button for the capability to export search results from within web client. This is a very quick way to export the results and view them in a Excel sheet, view them in CSV format. So there's a new button in the web client. We'll have a look at that. From a parity perspective, we bring in the visibility of related records and communications in the web client. This particular fields is being used by lots of our customers, but web client never really supported these fields, so it has the support today. From a drag and drop functionality perspective, if you have been monitoring the past few releases, we have greatly increased the modularity of the drag and drop, and in this release we have created additional drop spots for user labels and categories. So you can drag and drop to user labels. It will create the records in that particular user label, or it will create the records in that particular category. We do have a big improvement or big addition in terms of Google Drive, but this is just phase one because we have added the functionality into the desktop client, and the next release would complete the entire delivery. It would deliver this on the web client and the desktop client. So we got that partly done in this release. The ability to check in multiple records, we briefly saw that capability in Zero Footprint client. We'll see that in some detail in a few slides from now. And then we have a minor change in the linked folder startup section. This was an issue with lot many customers reporting lag, and you basically included a on-off button for the same. All right, so here are a few screenshots. I'll probably skip the screenshots and rather run the demo. All right, so this is a quick demo of the export functionality from the search results. So if you see, the search results has a default list view. This button is not available in the list view. We have to switch to the grid view. And if you are selecting all the records, the drop down shows you the different comma selected, semicolon selected, and the tab delimited way of exporting it. You can use Excel or any third party or any app basically to open up the exported document. The way the export function works is it only exports the visible set of records. So in this case, if you see the total results is around 250 records, but the export has only exported 40 records. So if you want to export more, you'll have to do the lazy loading to that set of records and do the export. Now, remember that this is not limited to the columns. So if you have a horizontal scrolling bar for additional 15 to 20 different columns, it does not matter. It'll export all the columns. All right, so the next one is the capability to view the related records and communications. So the way to add related records and communication is same. I mean, it's basically what you have been using so far in records type forms, when you add the additional forms of related records or communications, that's now visible on the web client. So I'm going to jump ahead in this demo. Right. As I was saying, the related records, that's now visible in the new record types, and it has the whole gamut of functions of related records. You can add single records, you can add multiple related records, and you would be able to, edit, delete all of these from within this record type. So that's pretty much very similar to how it behaves in the desktop client. Of course, the UX would be different here. The user experience would be different here. The user journey is a bit different. And similarly, if we look at the communications part, I'll move across to the communications. So if you are adding communication, you are able to add sender. You can add multiple recipients. And the slight difference between the communication and related records operating style is that you would not get the editing or removal of the recipients or the senders from within this page. There are additional functions available in the action panel. So there is a bit of navigation which we have captured in the release notes and in the documentation and the help file. So have a look at those and you would not have an issue navigating this new user journey for communications or related records. Okay, so this one demos the drag and drop capability. And as you can see, we have created a drop spot for categories. And when you create a new record, it does get created within that particular category. So it is context aware that way. It is aware that it is being created under a specific category. So this is just a confirmation that when we drag and drop, it creates the records within that category. Similarly, for user labels, if you drag and drop, in this case, we are putting it in test Y, it creates a record, add in the details, creates a record, and you can validate that the record is created within that test Y user label. So this shows the drag and drop update in the 24.3. We saw this screenshot earlier. This was the desktop client screenshot for the Outlook integration. And this basically shows the capability to create, to check in multiple attachments. So this was pretty easy to do. Click on the check-in attachments up top in the Content Manager ribbon, and you get the list of attachments. Pick a record type to be associated, and it populates the record types across all the attachments. So the way it happens in Zero Footprint Client is fairly similar. You would need to navigate to the Zero Footprint Client app. So we have seen this earlier. Add the Content Manager app. Look at the record functions. Click on it. Since this mail has 3 attachments, it would list all those 3. Select on the item name. Pick a record type or pick a check-in style. It would associate this record type or check-in style with the remaining fields. If you would want to change this for a particular attachment, you can do that also. It's exactly the same how it behaves on the desktop client. So this is more of a parity building feature that we did not have so far. Now in 24.30 footprint, we have this, and this is the demo. So I'll move ahead. This takes a bit of time for records creation, and the records are successfully created at the end. So the last one that I wanted to show is the sync linked folders. So what this does, and this is a change in the Content Manager desktop client in the Outlook. So what this did was, if there are lots of mails in the linked folders, sometimes starting off the Outlook slowed down the entire Outlook. So this was becoming a problem with organizations with huge set of mails. Now, we provided a toggle option in which you can switch this off so that Outlook does not trigger the syncing of the linked folders. Rather, it would sync only when you click on the Content Manager tab on the ribbon, on the main ribbon. So that's a small change that we introduced in 24.3. Thanks, everyone.